Holy shit, I just watched the last 5 episodes of Ping Pong the animation and it was incredible. I think I would describe this show as a transcendental sports masterpiece, though that might be pushing it a little. Starting around episodes 6 and 7, Ping Pong sort of had this turnaround where it had the early section sets up the characters, you know, Act 2, put them through the ringer, and then through episodes 6 and 7, we kind of move into the final phase, the third act, where everyone's figuring out what they want, getting their shit together, and then we have this epic 4-part climax to the series in the form of the final tournament. So the last 4 episodes are lots and lots of ping pong. On the one hand, I would say that ping pong is not the chief, or maybe not the main draw of Ping Pong the animation, but I would definitely say that the ping pong is awesome in Ping Pong the animation. I don't care if you like ping pong the sport. I don't know anyone who watches it regularly. I mean, I'm sure it's badass in its own right, but regardless of how you feel about ping pong, if you don't find the matches in this show entertaining, I'm not sure if you have a pulse. It was glorious. The characterizations all came to a head. The final matches were insane. The last 2 episodes of this show were some of the most adrenaline-filled matches of anything I've ever seen. I was literally clawing at my chair, like, ready to scream. It felt like all the pores on my body were opening up and all my hairs were standing on end. There's a part in episode 10 where Kazama keeps saying, like, every cell in my body is aching in this match, and that's how I felt watching it. I was just ready. I jumped up after episode 10 and started doing pull-ups. It felt like after taking a bunch of pre-workout and going to the gym and just hitting everything in the gym, that's what these episodes felt like. The show definitely cashed in on the central themes that I had been talking about back when I covered episode 6 and before, where it's really about talent and how that talent affects other people and identifying what talent is. Because we know from the beginning that Smile and Peko both have talent, but only as it goes along do we really figure out what their talent is. Peko's talent, more than anything, is that he loves ping pong to death. It's not just that he can master it, it's that he just enjoys it so much that he can play it and just have a good time and learn everything super quickly because it just resonates with him on that level. Like, his brain is wired to ping pong. And the conflict between him and Kazama is that Kazama has trained himself to be the ultimate ping pong player, but he does not actually enjoy ping pong. He knows everything about how to play, but it is not fun for him. Whereas Smile does love ping pong. He loves it the way that Peko does, but he isn't concerned about being an athlete. So the sort of division there is that both of them have the same kind of talent. They're both able to master ping pong because they love it so much. I mean, they do have different skill sets, where Smile is the more technical player and Peko is just all over the place. I don't watch enough tennis to compare them to Rafael Nadal and Roger Federer, but I would definitely ask my friend Ghost Lightning if he'd make the same comparison. Probably not, it's probably more complicated than that, but anyway. The best metaphor in the show to me is when it represents Peko as a bird, whereas Kazama is a man trying to climb a mountain, and the bird can just easily fly up the mountain because that's what the bird is meant to do. The bird has wings, it can fly, it can easily reach the top of that mountain, whereas the human has to struggle to get up there, because humans are not necessarily meant to climb mountains, and that's, the show kind of says this about Kazama. It's like, you know, you've dedicated yourself to ping pong, you're trying your hardest to get up there, but it's not what you're actually supposed to do, you know, and do you even love it, or is it just painful for you? The show presents a lot of these thematic ideas. I'm definitely interested in doing a full analysis of the show at some point. I might not do it soon because I'm still working on this fucking mammoth Ghost in the Shell video and I've been doing a lot of cyberpunk stuff lately, but I definitely am interested in tackling ping pong's themes in a more concentrated, dense video at some point. For now, though, I just want to gush. The characters are so much fun. The show is just interesting to watch, entertaining, well-written, well-directed. There's definitely some parts where the directing style is like a whirlwind, where episode 7 in particular, where there was like a lot less animation budget, because there weren't any big matches in the episode, so there's very little actual movement, and there's a lot of the like panel layout scenes, which are cool, but sometimes it can be dizzying, and I wouldn't say that every episode is equally gorgeous, but when it is, oh my god. Episodes 10 and 11 were just magical. This is animation taken to the furthest potential of what it can do. If there's one man you can always count on to direct shows that will do that, it's Masaaki Yuasa, the director of this show. He knows animation, the medium, by heart. You know, I feel like he was pouring all the passion into directing this show, into animating these segments that Peko was doing with the game. You know, like the animators were having the same kind of fun that Peko has with Ping Pong in animating this show. And that speaks to me as a viewer, and probably will to anyone else who watches this show and enjoys it. There's also a great resolution in this show. We actually get to see how the characters move on, and I felt that really gave more weight to all of their stories. You know, like, we understood sort of where they were going, but actually seeing it go there, seeing Peko move on to Olympic level, seeing Kong Wenjie move on to that level, you know, people who have a real passion for ping pong, whereas Smile, you know, never wanted to be pro, so he becomes a coach, which is genius, and just seeing how everyone's moving forward, I thought it was a great, satisfying conclusion to the show. I guess that's all I have to say about it. I would give Ping Pong a 9 out of 10. I thought it was going to be an 8 just because the show doesn't... I wouldn't say that it resonates with me personally, but its themes are so interesting, and just those last 2 episodes were magnetic. I felt like I was wired into an electric chair watching it in a good way. And yeah, I enjoyed the fuck out of it, so 9 out of 10. Go watch it if you haven't seen it yet. It's good. Very good. Easily the best show that aired this season, I would say.